Welcome back, comrades. Today, you'll notice I'm going to use the communist lingo when I talk to you, because that's what this country's headed for, is communism. Inside the healthcare package, a healthcare bill that Barack Obama signed into law last week, was the education bill. Do you understand? The education bill. An entirely different bill stuffed into the healthcare bill. This education bill was not debated on the House floor, the Senate floor. There was no debate over this. It was shoved in, piggybacked on top of the healthcare bill that's wrapped in all these humanitarian aspects, all these humanitarian goals that they have. Well, we all know that those things could have been taken care of without government takeover, but what I'm saying is they're taking over, is what they're doing. The government is taking over. Now they have taken over, they're putting things in place. They're creating a structure of control over all aspects of the economy, of our lives, of everything. They're right now building structure for the financial industry, so they'll have control over what they do in the free market. They're taking over insurance companies, so they'll have control over you. They're taking over car industries, which the unions now own 51% of GM, which is now Government Motors. So they're going to regulate in such a way that Government Motors, okay, will benefit from it, and everybody else will have to adjust to what the regulations for Government Motors. Do you understand that? It means they'll have control eventually. Because this is now just the building of the structure that is going to create government control over every aspect of our lives. Healthcare industry, they're going to build the structure to take over that. They create laws and then build the laws that are really control mechanisms, and then build the structure. It takes a couple years to do these things. People aren't going to see it right away. They're wrapping themselves in the humanitarian aspects of everything. They're wrapping themselves in the fact that they're the white knight coming in to save us from the bankers, from the evil CEOs in the car industries and the insurance industries, and all of this, when in actual they created all of this. To create a reformation, to do all of this, and for you to allow them to do it, because they seem humanitarian. They seem like they want to help. But in reality, they caused this. They're going to take over the education system right now, and the way they're going to do that is they're going to take over the loans for colleges and universities. If you want to go to a university, you will no longer be allowed to go to a private bank to get a loan to go to school. You'll have to go to the government, and the government will loan you the money to go to whatever school they choose you can go to, and take whatever classes they choose you can take. I mean, they're not going to tell you that, but that's what's going to end up happening. Also, what this does is it opens the doors to universities that don't take government money. If those universities want to stay in business, those people either have to pay cash, or the government, if they allow government loans, then the government can go in and audit their curriculum. And those people will have to abide by the government standard and the government curriculum set forth throughout all of the universities. It will be universal. It will be government control over what they're teaching your children. That's what it's all about. It's all about setting the structure. None of this stuff, if you notice, none of it's going to take place right now. Because they're transforming America. To put these things in place, you have to completely alter this country. You have to completely alter the structure and the system that we have in place today. Because our system is not designed to control the people. Do you understand? It's not designed to control the people. It's going to take time for this control, for this mechanism, for this system to be created. Listen. Representative John Dingell, he tells you in his own words. I'm going to play it for you right here.
Paul W., we're not ready to be doing it, but let me remind you, this has been going on for years. We are bringing it to a halt. The harsh fact of the matter is, when you're going to pass legislation that will cover 300 American people in different ways. It takes a long time to do the necessary administrative steps that have to be taken to put the legislation together to control the people. You know?
To control the people. That's what this is all about. This is communism. If you look at communism and you just, listen, it's communism under a different name. It's progressives. Progress. Embrace the poor, embrace the minority. That's what they're doing. This is communism. Straight up communism. Look back in communism and remember, just eliminate the parts that, you know, of the horrors. Oh, we couldn't possibly be this horrible. And look at the structure behind all of that created those horrors. Because the structure gets created before the horrors. But people are focusing on the horrors and saying we could never do that. But just go back to when the structure was created. And it's exactly the same. All totalitarian regimes did the same exact thing. They put the laws in place. They built the structure. The people rebelled. They cracked down on them, which created the horrors. That's what we're headed for here. And they got their nice face on right now, as George Bernard Shaw would say. They've got their nice face on. Saul Alinsky says it has to be a non-challenging revolution, meaning they have to look like they're not challenging the people. But we all know they are. They're governing against the will of the people. That's what this entire healthcare deal was. The American people do not want this. You know who wants this? The people who don't understand what a totalitarian government is. People who want somebody to take care of them. But the majority of Americans understand freedom. And freedom does not come from government. It comes from individualism. God bless America.